and I'm recording. Just like that. Hello, Martin.
Hello, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, as they say.
I
Hmm.
know. That's what the kids say.
Is that what the kids? I don't know if the
That's
kids
what
say
the
that
kids
anymore. I think they've retired now. The people that say that. All right. Do you I tell you what, you go first. You tell me. Obviously, welcome. Is this officially a podcast at this point?
Yeah, we'll call it a podcast. We try and do it regularly.
Woo! We'll try aim for
I know.
one a year.
I've just signed you up for something there. I've just signed you up for
Yeah,
something.
that's another thing to be signed up to. Yeah. So what? When was our last one? I'm not even gonna look. It must have been ages ago.
I think we were just coming out of the pandemic,
Jesus.
so it was a
God,
while
feels like a
ago.
long
So.
time ago now. Yeah. So I mean, what's new with you? Anything exciting happen?
I mean, for me, I feel like I've just re-entered the instructing world. So obviously the gym's reopened. Some people took the Les Mills licenses, some people didn't. And when I say some people took them, I mean all the councils kept the Les Mills licenses. All the private companies went, we're doing our own thing. Um, so yeah, there's been quite a lot of people who are going independent,
Mm.
advertising independently, just hiring out studios. Um, and then the other people are just working in places like yourself, like David Lloyd's of this world, Virgin Actives of this world, but they have to do um, the David Lloyd equivalent of Les Mills, not the
Mm.
actual Les Mills product. So yeah, that's what's been happening with me, just trying to get back into the swing of things. So
Mad. How many classes are you doing at the moment?
oh, you know what? Like, let's go for a week. I would say 20,
Mm.
but the difference is they used to be all Les Mills classes. Now, I would say 15 of the 20 are freestyle classes.
Wow.
Um, and literally, I do two private classes where they're just like, Martin, we enjoy your classes, any form of cycling. We That's all we want. Where
Mm.
you would think they would enjoy the RPM version of cycling. Um, But I literally told them my karaoke is better than the Les Mills PPL free version. So, look, everyone from Les Mills, you know you're not gonna like that, but you know it's true. My singing is better than the PPL free version, and
My
also
first. Sorry,
I
I
can
was gonna
use my
say
proper name.
my first thought was when you said that. Prove it.
I'm not gonna prove it. I don't need to. The people they've got singing these PPL free versions are so bad. Like I don't even need to prove it. Like they just know I'm better. They just
Yeah,
know.
but you know, I respect the hustle for these people getting out there and getting some music on under their wing. All these bands that you otherwise would never have heard of.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm sure we'll say it later on in the podcast, but my opinion is, you know those you know those bands such as the Razor Lights of these world, or the Kooks of this world. Why don't you just go and get their music? Like, I don't understand why you're asking somebody to sing a cover version of U2, where you can just get a unique individual band to sing their song. And I'm pretty sure they'll sell it to you for good money, but instead Les Mills are out for the profit. That's why they go through that. Somebody singing the Queen version, which is so bad, I cannot even explain. And then I have to watch on webinars people go, "I love that PPL free version." Are you on drugs? I'm literally on the webinar in silence, going, Could somebody tell me where James Caldwell is? Because I'm about to put a smiley face on him. Because I need it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. I haven't looked through any of the I say look through. I haven't really intensely listened to a lot of the PPL free stuff. Um, I from what I've heard, none of it's that good. If that's a polite way of saying it.
The problem I have is since we've come out of the pandemic, obviously things have changed and cost cutting is a thing. I understand that. You know, some people have lost their jobs. I understand that. And that's in all industries. But is nobody in the music sector of Les Mills, yeah, actually saying, oh, are they not cost cutting in the music department either? Because you do realize if you don't pay, I'll give you an example. In Body Attack 113, they have a song by Five. And if you don't know who Five are, Five are a 90s UK band. Yeah.
Oh
And they
yeah,
split up.
I know who Five are. Don't you worry about
Yeah. And they split up ages ago.
that. Mm.
So for you to go and get a PPL free version of that song, trust me, Five need the money because they made that song in the 90s and they don't make songs anymore.
Mm.
So you can't tell me that you're trying to do what's best for everyone because Five don't even make songs anymore. And what I've noticed in RPM as well, they've gone to 90s music. So I'll give you an example. Children, if you remember that in the
Oh, by Robert
90s.
Miles. Yeah.
Yeah, Castles in the Sky.
Oh right, wow. So they just gone classic trance, have they?
Yeah, and they've got the PPL3 version of it. And I'm like,
Oh dear.
you know, these people don't make songs anymore. So they would actually need the money.
Well, Robert Miles died 3 years ago, something like that.
So you're actually paying his family. Yeah. So by doing a PPL3 version, you're just basically going, nah, we don't care.
Hmm. Oh man, I'm actually really. I didn't know that there was a changed version of Children in RPM. I'm actually really sad. To be fair, John, I'll be fair. I haven't heard it, but from your take on it, I'm sad to hear that because it's for me, one of the greatest pieces of music.
Yeah, I'm just actually going to be really accurate with you now because I don't want to state facts where they're not 100% facts. I'm actually going to tell you what release it is.
All right. I was gonna say don't play music at me down the thing because
No, 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 I'm not going to. So it's RPM 90, yeah,
Mm.
and it's the third track, yeah,
Mhm.
and that's Children.
Damn.
And the non PPL3 version does actually say Robert Miles on.
Really?
Yeah, so to get the PPL3 version, it's obviously not Robert Miles,
Mm.
but none of the gyms can play the original version.
Can you still get both on when you buy a release? Do you still get both?
You can request to get both.
Right. Okay. Which I don't see any reason why you wouldn't just if you have the opportunity to have both for the one price, then you may as well just get both. That's my
Yes, exactly.
outtake on it. That's why for all of the chances I have gotten both, just as a point of habit anyway. Yeah, do you know what? I'm glad you brought up music. 'Cause I was thinking about this the other day because I've been doing some pump mixing and I have gone to Dance Monkey Abtrack.
Okay.
Do you do pump? You don't do pump.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, you do pump. Yeah, 114 Abtrack is Dance Monkey, right?
yes.
So we're doing that. First line, I'm reminded of something that just grinds my gears about Les Mills. About what they about Les Mills recently, right? They cut out the word God in the song, right? So it's like, oh my, I hear the way you shine. So what? Why have you cut the word God out? Like, and then I remembered as well that in the same release, Is it the same release? There's the Blink 182 song "Pin the Grenade," and that also has the word God cut out. It's just like it just does a weird echo and like blinks out. It's really weird, really jarring. But then I'm gonna have a look at 114 actually specifically. I'm pretty sure "Pin the Grenade" is in that. I'm just looking it up on my phone. Let's have a look. 114. Yeah, "Pin the Grenade." And then you've got in the same release like a 50 Cent song. Um, I'm not 100% sure, but from what I remember about 50 Cent, usually the lyrics aren't super like PC, if you know what I mean, if you know, understand what I'm getting at. So they'll cut
Yes.
out the word God, and then around a similar sort of time they'll have songs with quite like here we go. This is a great example. Right, 113 backtrack. It's called Don't Kill My High. Right, this is
Yes.
a song about being high from smoking weed. Right, that is what the song is about.
Yeah.
Right, why have you got a song about smoking weed, which is illegal in a lot of countries? You've got that in there, and then you're cutting out the word God. Like, what's the logic here? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? You know, and
Do you know what?
that irritates me.
So
Go on.
do you know what? I was actually going to agree with you because I'm glad we're talking on the music front. So we're going to talk to the masses now. For the people who are sitting there going, the music choices they do are absolutely fantastic. By the way, this podcast is not for you. Like, I just want to let you know, this podcast is not for you. Like if you sit there and you go, everything that Les Mills touches turns to gold. This isn't for you. Like, this is not for you. Like, I just want to let people know that as a disclaimer before I start talking. So just now we've got that out of the way. What I feel they're doing with the music is just going super PC with it, yeah. And then whoever is picking, and by the way, the reason why I'm talking, just to let people know, is because I'm one of those ethnic minorities. I just want to let you know, just in case you get this mistaken, okay? Whoever's picking the hip hop songs, I'm looking dead into the camera. Whoever's picking the hip hop songs does not know hip hop music. Because if you know anything about 50 Cent, okay, you picked Disco Inferno, yeah, for a tricep track. And Disco Inferno is a stripper song.
Hmm.
Okay, so just to make you know, and just in case you think I don't know, you also picked as a bonus track Made You Look by Nas. If you go and look that song up, he's talking about guns.
I'm gonna issue a correction on something you said just now because you said they've gone mega PC. Correction, they've gone mega progressive. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's this like weird
yeah,
modern progressive where you ban any assimilation to any word to do with God, but then at the same time you've got WAP, playing on
yeah.
TV in the
Because
desert.
because you don't understand. You've just gone for you don't understand the music. That's why I said I looked into the camera. You don't
Mm.
understand the music. You just understand the trends.
Yeah.
So you've gone for a trend, which is everyone loves 50 Cent in the club. So you can't play in the club because 50 Cent's going to charge you £1 million to play his song. Yeah. So you've gone for a less extreme song like I Get Money, and you don't know what that's about. You really don't know what that's about. So for me, I'm like, okay, instead of trying to make as much money as possible doing PPL free music, can you get somebody who actually understands music, yeah, to actually listen to the music and go, do you know what song is not good to use? 50 Cent's Disco Inferno, where if you were to type that song into YouTube and watch the first 10 seconds of the video, you would switch it off.
Is that the one where it's got loads of women in like barely nothing,
Yes,
just
yeah,
twerking
yeah.
around?
I even cut you off. I even cut you off from what you're about to say.
I think I might have seen that because is it quite an old song?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think I remember someone when I was at school. Bear in mind, I left school in 2008. So So I remember someone in school putting on a 50 Cent music video in class and it being turned off very, very, very quickly by the teacher. And maybe it was that
Yeah,
song.
yeah, it's that song. It's
It's
that
quite
song. I
funny.
promise you, because
While we're on
it's
while we're on song lyrics and explicit, I'm just gonna. Do you know what? This is the beauty about now having a computer. Just so you're for everyone watching as well. Martin can't see me unfortunately because for some reason when I've got the camera on for this, Facebook doesn't like it. Um, it's a bit annoying. I've had
I
a few
told him
issues
off.
with this webcam actually.
I told I told Danny off camera that he must be on the rooftop because I don't understand why I can't see him. And he said, "Well, Les Mills like people on the rooftop, so we're just going to do that." So if you don't understand that joke, you need to watch the current. You need to watch some releases
Mm.
because it's on the rooftop. There's some people on the rooftop, by the way. I just want to let you know. There's some people on
See,
some people
I
on the
was.
rooftop.
Oh damn! Oh no! Sorry.
You just looked up that 50 Cent song.
No, no, no. It's even better than that. Do you remember the backtrack from 107? Boom.
Yep.
Bring it ass bear like a boom, 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 boom. So I thought,
Yeah,
oh, I'm gonna
yeah,
look up
yeah.
the lyrics to that because that's very
No, don't. Please, no, please don't.
it's very
Please
sexually explicit.
don't.
Um,
Yep. They had to
oh
release
yeah.
an
So
alternative.
then it makes your dick get harder. But
Yeah,
actually, the thing that made me laugh is the fact that there's a couple of n words dropped in there.
yeah.
And I think if I say it, I will get banned. So I'm going to get off that nice and swifty swift.
No.
So,
So
so we've got that.
do you know what? Do you know what? To summarize that whole thing, um, it's the same conversation, and I'm sure you know the person as well. I'm sure he doesn't mind us mentioning him. It's the same person that we talk on the Les Mills UK unofficial site to this guy called Nicholas. And he basically says it's almost like they want a token minority person to come in to pick the music, but they know nothing about that genre. So it doesn't surprise me that they probably went up to Marlon and went, "Hey, what music do you think's good?" And he's picked this, and I'm like, "Listen, the whole black community will tell you that is not the right song to pick." Yeah, like if you were talking in the UK, yeah, and you went, "Huh, you know what? If we were to pick some music from Brighton, what would you pick?" And then somebody went, "Ardy's a good person." Somebody will suddenly jump in from the UK and go, "No, no, no," because they
Well,
know.
just have a combat song to Bugsy Malone get Aggie.
Yeah, and you're like this. That's not the right. That's not the right tone of what we're doing. So I suppose that goes out to Marlon and the guy who's going to do the dab in the lunge track in the
He's still
current.
dabbing.
Yeah, you know, he was doing the dab. He thought it was cool. Like
When was that? When was the dab?
he was teaching technique in the lunge track, and he was doing a dab. And I
Where was this?
told
Sorry, where was this?
it's in the latest one. It's not out yet. I just saw a clip of it. You know,
Oh,
I saw a
sorry.
clip
Do
of
you
it.
know? Okay, I'm gonna confess to you, Father, for I have sinned. Um, the one I haven't seen the Sizzlers, and two, the last pump release I bought and I have is 116.
Well, I said to Danny off air. I said, Danny, halfway, I'm going to change my T-shirt because I don't know if anyone knows this, but when you're fed up of Les Mills T-shirts that don't say anything, they just say Les Mills Studios, and the whole T-shirt is black. Yeah,
Mm.
we kind of want to go back to T-shirts that actually used to say something. So I just need to change. So you can keep talking, Danny. I
I've
just
never
need to change.
seen a top that says Lesmo Studios before though. I've got one. I've got this Les Mills top. Oh, here we go.
It's a
Rep
better one.
effect.
Where T-shirts used to say something.
It says something, but it also kind of means nothing because the rep effect is
Hey,
very.
look. At least it says something. Let's keep it at that.
You've
Anyway,
got to still
before
act like you really believe in the programs, whereas I'm just a bit like, well, it's fun.
you know what? But Danny, we said it last time. I'm too old for um the status quo is 18 to 34, and I'm too old.
Are you too old for grit now? Are you?
I'm too old. I'm too old for all the programs. It said 18 to 34, and I'm 35. Like I'm
I thought that was just grit.
no, and to tell you what's funny about it as well. If they were to look up my background, they'll be like, "Oh, he went to Loughborough for 9 years. Oh, cool. He must be super. Oh, he's too old. He's too old. Yeah, he's too old.
Well,
I am too
how
old.
old's the like? How old are the sort of general average presenters they got at the moment then?
What the presenters that are dabbing and the presenters who get overexcited when they see the only black person they've ever seen in their lives.
Dude, listen, I live in Devon, right? You're like the only black person I've ever seen in my life. So.
Yeah, but I guarantee you don't go, Martin, we love you. Like let's pretend like I'm actually a human being. No. Let's actually pretend like I'm a human being that you've actually seen before, and that you can ring on the phone, and not just cater towards the stereotype of we've only got one black person here in a space of 10, so let's really, really plug it like we haven't seen a black person before.
What's the
And there's gonna be
what's
some
the
people
newest
here who
Sizzler
are
then?
like,
What's the newest Sizzler at the moment? 119 is it?
yeah, I think so. Actually, tell a lie, tell a lie. No, let me be accurate.
Here we go. Look, 119 Sizzler. So I'm just having a gander on YouTube.
You got it?
I've just found this YouTube. They're offering you the full video for a tenner.
Yeah, on,
$10.
on the yeah, and Les Mills still ain't taking that down. They still
Bloody
haven't
hell.
not taken that down, but
And
it's fine.
just for the purpose of protecting myself against Les Mills and YouTube guidelines, viewing of this does actually come under fair use. So at the moment I'm just
No, you
seeing
can put it
Ben,
up.
Glenn, and Kylie though.
Okay,
That's probably why they're dabbing, mate, because they're all old.
exactly, exactly. So one of the topics I actually did want to bring up, if you don't mind,
Mm.
is now that we have actually come out of the pandemic, um, and they're making us do Les Mills qualifications. I'll let Danny speak first. What do you think of these Les Mills qualifications?
Um, I think it's the wrong time to do something like that, and it comes across as a sort of desperate grasp of attention from Les Mills for the instructors. That's what it looks like for me.
I agree. I mean, my personal opinion on it, and Danny, I know I've looked into the camera a lot of times, but I'm going to do it again because you're gonna love this. You just need to contain your laughter. You need to contain your laughter. Just because the TAP team have come off furlough doesn't mean that I'm going to pay for a video for them to get paid. And I know that was brutal. I know that was brutal. Okay. But I'm talking to all the people who spent their hard earned money trying to get elite status, sending in 8 videos to become elite. I'm talking about all the people who went on advanced training because Les Mills told us if you want to keep your status, you need to go on advanced training. And then suddenly you thought of a good idea to come up with Les Mills qualifications.
You say
And
you
then,
say that about Tap Team, but like, what Tap Team are left? No jokes, because I swear, other than start of 2021, there was a mass cull, which included, if I'm not mistaken, Dave Cross. That was in the early mass cull.
agree.
Daniel Queenie, Is that his name?
I saw the name. I didn't get the surname.
Yeah, I mean he. I mean, I should know his name. I do apologise, Daniel. I was on. I did shadow him at a tribal gathering a few years ago. He was one of the other ones that went. Lou Heron, I think. There was quite a mass extinction, so to speak,
Yeah.
and then later, sort of mid-year, a lot of other ones also left. And I don't know if that was a boot in or they all just decided to leave for whatever reason. I don't know if you sort of call it the same as I did.
Yes, I do. The first person to leave was Claire Place, and I was very surprised. By the way,
Oh
Claire,
yeah, Claire. Yeah,
if
jeez.
you ever if you ever get opportunity to listen or watch one of these podcasts, me and Danny are really nice. We have no agendas whatsoever. We will let you speak for as long as you want, okay? And you tell us what the actual reason
Oh
why
yeah,
you
cool.
left. Yeah, because for me, I'm like, if Les Mills gets in contact with you and goes, okay, we accept your resignation, but you are not allowed to talk for 2 months, then of course you're going to post something that says, thank you very much, Les Mills, for the opportunity. Really appreciate all the people who have come up with me. Love the people. And then you're going to send pictures. But in the back of your mind, you're literally like, well, the reason why I left was because of this. Can somebody get in contact with me and let me tell my story? So that's why I'm saying, like, me and Danny are nice. If you want to speak, we just let you speak. Yeah, you don't even have to have the camera on. Nobody has to have the camera on. You can just speak. So you can actually say your story. That's why me and Danny done this thing, because all the instructors are told to keep quiet. If you start having an opinion, they will make you a normal instructor. You won't be a tribe coach anymore. You won't be a tap team anymore. You won't be a master instructor anymore. Well, the last time I watched a Les Mills video, the first video that came up was inspired to be different. Are you having a laugh?
Do you remember Be Brave?
Yeah, I remember that.
I reckon,
I mean, you're older than me. You're making me look young when I wear this t-shirt.
mate. I've got a.
Have you? Actually, we would like to see it, Danny. Even though I can't see you, could you get like a veteran Les Mills t-shirt out?
Do you know what I've got? I don't know if I've got it available. I've got a body combat vest that's like body combat world champion, like yeah, world heavyweight champion, all that sort of
Oh,
malarkey.
mate, if you've got it nearby, can you get it?
Right, give me 2 minutes. Let me try and have a ruffle round. All right, keep
No, that's
everybody
fine. I'll
entertained.
keep talking. I'll keep talking. So yeah, no. They tell us to like be different and everything like that, but for me, I don't see it because as soon as you act differently, they basically strip you from any power that you have, and they just literally go, "Okay, cool. So you
Oh,
have
hang on,
no
let me
power. So anything you say doesn't matter." Yeah, go on, Danny.
Do you know what? I need to.
You got it. Did you get it?
I'm gonna take a picture of it and send it to you so you can see it.
Oh, mate, I
How
need it in my
weird is
life.
it that you can't see me? That's so annoying. Right, let me.
Mm.
There we go. Send that to Martin Scott. Hopefully, it doesn't disconnect you when you have a little gander at it.
No, it won't.
I'm gonna see if the.
Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. Let's
Oh,
have a look at it.
see,
I'm
I need to get
ready.
it in the
I'm
webcam.
all
There we
about
go.
it.
There it is for everyone watching on the webcam.
That is an old top. I think that might be older than mine.
That's old school, mate.
Is that older than mine?
It was like, mate, it was like. So let me think. I started combat 2017, and it was already in the bargain bin at that point. So that's how old.
Oh wow.
Relative. There's probably people listening that are like, "Oh, that's not old. That's not
Mm,
old." But yeah, I think that's probably my
exactly.
oldest style Les Mills top that I've got.
Yeah. Um. Well, the other thing I was going to talk to you about is
Yeah.
something that somebody raised quite recently, because it's to do with the David Lloyd new products. So I'm actually not going to talk specifically about the products that they've actually brought out. So I'm going to say this as a disclaimer: the products are theirs. It's fantastic. I'm sure they spent a lot of time on it. Okay. What do you think about these private companies coming up with individual products that rival the body combats of this world, the body pumps of this world?
Okay. I think that generally speaking, competition is good because it keeps everyone obviously competing for business, and then that forces the provider to provide a better service in theory. Um, in practice, I mean, I'm qualified in Ignite. In practice, the general consensus is that Les Mills is still winning that battle for the attention of people that are doing Ignite. Um, the feedback that I've heard from Cyclone as well is that people would prefer to do just freestyle spin. Um, so whether or not you could make the argument that, well, Les Mills, David Lloyd are new at the game, and they're trying to do their thing, and they don't have the same resources that Les Mills do, and the same experience. That is a fair and valid argument, but when it comes down to the sort of the facts and the figures are that the feedback I'm getting is that the average participant still prefers Les Mills.
Yeah,
That's my
I agree with
fairest
that.
sort of roundup.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And obviously, there's been a few alternatives. Danny, you might have to step in and tell me what I'm talking about. There's the one that starts with an M.
N.
That yeah, M.
Oh, M.
Um, yeah, that people are doing the alternative
Oh,
to Les.
Moser.
That's the one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
They
yeah,
they used to
there's that
be
one.
joined with Les Mills actually many years ago.
Yeah, so there's that one. Obviously, people are doing freestyle ones, and just to address a quick comment because I did see it. So whoever done it, I did read it. They said people are doing Les Mills anyway without the licenses in the buildings. Okay. So I suppose what I wanted to say was exactly what Danny said, but I suppose I'm just going to echo it a little bit more as well. I don't understand why people feel guilty to express themselves in a different way. That's exactly what Les Mills wanted you to do. They want you to feel guilty that you're not doing their thing.
Mm.
Yeah. So basically, you'll go into a cycling class and then you'll go, "Hi, my name's Martin Scott. I'm about to do a cycling class." But you feel the need to tell us that you're doing RPM. That's what Les Mills wanted you to say. Where I'm like, I just want to see how talented you are. Yeah.
Mm.
Like I want to see what you can do, what your music taste is. Some people like rock music, yeah, when they do cycling.
Yeah.
Some people like electronic dance music. Some people like hip hop music. Some people like indie music. But you can respect each one and also choose which one you prefer to do. So for me, I'm just like, I agree what Danny just said. There should be more competition to make it healthy. Because at the moment, I think Danny would agree with me, it's not healthy. People are actually going into classes and going, "Where's my RPM class?"
Mm.
What? What? So not where's Martin? Where's my RPM class? Like that's odd. Like, do you not so you don't care about the instructor no more. You just care that you just want that.
Mm.
And then that's it. Where it should be, do you know there's so many other classes? There's RPM, there's freestyle classes, there's the soul cycle, there's the one that you just mentioned started with an M. I apologize, I keep
Oh,
forgetting.
it was. Did Moser do one? Do they?
Yes, they'll
Okay.
definitely do one because they do the music. But there's so many other ones, and that's how you get healthy competition. How do you think people with phones starting with an I, and you know who I'm talking about, yeah, ended up getting Samsung phones because they realized, oh, competition is healthy.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's the same. It's the same. I feel
I
like
got Samsung.
it's like it's like a dictatorship. Do you not think? I feel like
Yeah,
it's a
I know. Yeah, I see
dictatorship.
what you're saying. Yeah, and I mean, right down to what you were just circling back to what you were saying about how they're so sort of tight with what like tap team can and can't say, and things like that. It's very dictatorial. Is that right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Go with that. It's getting late. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Look at him. He went, "Aye, look, we'll go back."
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's that. I mean, it's there's I mean, every business has got this sort of like, if you're working for us, you've got to kind of toe the line sort of thing. But there should be sort of limits to that, especially if you're trying
yeah,
to, like Les Mills, push this idea of creativity. Then there needs to be sort of limits on that restriction. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't
I mean,
feel like. Go on, carry on.
we were talking about it privately, weren't we? We were like, because I remember you started laughing. Um, you you were like, oh, okay, cool. We have different body types and everything in the Les Mills video. No, you don't. Because when we watch Body Attack, everyone's slim, white, blonde females. Like I'm not like. Please go and watch a Body Attack video, and please tell me that is not the case. It's scary. Like I'm like, and then I went. You know what? Right. I know you need more ethnic minorities. Yeah. And I know Nicholas is gonna love me, so I hope you're watching this. But Marlon is not it. Marlon is not it.
Marlon is not it.
You know.
Is that? Yeah, I'm just wanting to make sure I got what you said there. What are we on now?
Yeah.
Body tack 112, is it?
I mean, just look at Body Attack. I believe it's 108. If you can type that in, you probably I don't know if it comes up. Body Attack 108, and just watch the start, and then you're like this. You didn't even try. You didn't even try to diversify yourself.
Oh, I don't
You
actually
didn't.
remember 108. Oh yeah. We got Ben. Um. Oh, sorry, I'm on 106. Excuse me. I'm on that one. 106 was the one with that poor chap who took his own life. Don't know if you're aware of that.
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
It's sad.
sad times, man. Let's try and find the sizzler then on the old YouTube.
But yeah, while Danny's typing it in, I'll just
Do
keep
you know what? The
talking.
108 specifically, I can't find the sizzler.
Yeah, I know why you can't. They took it off.
Why is that?
Um, because that was the one before the pandemic where they actually said they're going to increase diversity, and all they had is, like I said to you, very slim white females with
Whoa.
blonde hair, and there was like six of them, and then they got the only way I can explain this, and you know what? I've always been like that, Danny. So, Danny, you can keep quiet if you like, because when I say this, you might start laughing. They got a 6'10" black guy from Belgium.
I know who. I thought he was French. That massive black dude.
Yeah, but Belgium, because of where France is,
Oh
Belgium.
right.
They speak Flemish. Yeah. So that's why you, yeah. Okay. So they got him, and I remember the track he done, and he was doing some twerking moves with Lisa Osgood. And I went, I know you find that funny, but for me, Yeah, and I can say that for me, the only black representative that you have is doing twerking moves. Like I'm out on it. It's like when I see Marlon, and I actually questioned it because you saw my post and I shared it with you.
Mm.
I said, why is the only black representative in this video, yeah, playing NFL, riding a BMX bike, and then at the end, he was on a sprinting track running. And I went, he has never sprinted in his life because I am a sprinter and I know the foot speed and he doesn't have it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's almost like you know what you were saying about taekwondo, right? You know if somebody's faking and saying that they're good at it.
Oh yeah, instantly
Yeah,
you can see.
yeah. And that's what I felt like with Marlon. And as soon as I posted that, I remember you were like, Martin, you gonna do that today? I remember you
It's only a
saying that you were
Tuesday, bro. Like fuck.
like, and I went, look, it's because, and I'm not just talking about black people, I'm talking about all ethnic minorities, and I'm also talking about females, and I'm also talking about um, if you don't look the same shape as the people in the Les Mills videos. I just want you to be fair. I just want you to do it on skill, and I want you to do it fair. I don't want you to pick somebody random in the street who's a little bit overweight and go, "Hey, you teach? Come over here."
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, you don't need any qualifications. We'll give it to you. Come over here. That will do it.
Joe,
And it almost. Go on, sorry.
sorry, my opinion on the whole sort of body shape thing is probably one that is deemed controversial these days. Like these examples in a body pump masterclass. This is just me. I want to see like just people that are pretty strong, and not just strong, like people that actually look like they know their way around a free weights area.
Yes.
I want to see people that very clearly have worked very 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 hard to achieve what their whatever body they've got, and I want to see people like Glenn. Glenn's a big strong dude. I mean he's quite short, but he's pretty stacked. I like to see that in a pump class, in a pump mass class, because if you've got some guys and women that are pretty stacked and pretty hench, and they're up there and they're doing their weight thing, well, I know that they've been doing weights for an extremely long time. They're very regimented, they're very dedicated, they're hard working, and that's why they've got the body to show for it, as well as being good enough to teach on the stage.
Yes.
Um,
And that's
sorry, I was just going to
and
finish
that,
on saying this whole
yeah,
sort of
okay.
this new age thing of being like, well, it doesn't matter what body shape you are. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter what body shape you are when you're teaching at the gym, but I don't watch the Olympics and expect to see average people. You know, teaching it in a mass class is the Olympics of Group X. Essentially, it's the highest echelon of what you can achieve within that discipline. So I expect to see athletes.
Yes, and to be fair, Danny, I actually 100% agree with you, which is why I don't like when and we have talked about this, and we actually in agreement about this particular subject. We don't like when Les Mills just goes out and goes, "Oh, people are moaning about this. We need to find an Asian person to come into our video. We need to find an Indian. Just find anyone. Like I don't care who it is. Just find anyone. Because that guy, and I can't even remember his name, but you'll definitely have heard of him. He keeps staring into the camera and doing things wrong. And I was like, Danny's just said it there. Somebody who's good at their field and stacked and strong, yeah, can look into the camera, do what they need to do because they've done it 100 times, yeah,
Mm.
and then explain to you how they got there. So I actually said to somebody last week, an example. I said, for the life of me, yeah, I don't know why, if they need to increase diversity, yeah, in combat, yeah, You know the warm up for combat.
Yep.
Yeah. Why don't they just go out? And I'm sure it won't cost them a lot of money because I'm sure he's a nice guy. Yeah. Rachel does the warm up. Do you know who should stand next to her? Are you telling me you can't pay Lennox Lewis some money?
Doesn't even have to do the combat. Just stand there.
Like, because even you, Danny, would be like, I respect that.
Oh, damn,
I
Lennox
respect
Lewis.
that.
Fair.
Yeah,
Nah,
you literally go like this.
do you know
I'll
what?
pay for that.
Do you
You
know
know
what I'd
what? I haven't
love to
paid for a
see
lot, but
actually?
I'll pay for it.
Do you know what I'd love to see,
Yeah, I'll
bro?
pay
It's
for that.
Chris Eubank.
Yeah, because all because you can't tell me that you can't get these retired boxers or Joe Calzaghe. You can't tell me that you can't get him. You basically what you're trying to say is we want to keep all the profits for ourselves.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, because like Gymshark do, they invest in people to wear their clothes so it gets more publicity. So if you're doing a combat track, of course people are going to pay to see Lennox Lewis because they know what he's about. So when he says put your hands, yeah, here, yeah, and jab, yeah, and then the person from Les Mills looks at him and goes, "You're doing it wrong," and he'll go, "Do
Nah.
you want to look at my belt?" Yeah, and then they'll stop going like this. Hey, Danny, guess what? You need to have your fists by your jaws like this, yeah, and then jab, yeah. It needs to be right by your jaw like this, like sellotape to your jaw, and then jab. The amount of times I've heard that, and I'll be like this.
Nah.
Can we not?
Nah.
Can we
Nah.
not get? Can we not get like a retired boxer just to tell us like, listen, they don't have to be sellotaped to your jaw. Yeah, you can be here, like you know what I mean. Like you can not do this. You don't have to do. You don't have to hug your face. Like, that's weird. Like please stop doing that.
Hmm. It's just people that have like never done bag work in their life, innit?
Yeah, and I said, you know what? She said what? And I know you would pay for it. I know you would pay for it, right? If you saw a grit release, yeah, and they said we've got a special guest, and not just somebody I haven't heard of, yeah. Let's go and get Jess Ennis from wherever she is and get her to do a grit release. I know you're paying for that.
Hmm.
Would you not pay for that? If they
Oh
said
yeah.
it's 40
Yeah.
pounds and they've got Jess Ennis,
Yeah.
would you not
Gold
pay for that?
medalist Olympic sprinter. Yeah. Absolutely. That's legit.
Yeah, yeah, you'd be like, okay,
But you know what they did instead, Martin? Right? You might not
go
remember
on.
this. They got some actress called Nina from Game of Thrones and did a workout with her and did hashtag like Nina.
Yeah.
That's what they did. That was the Les Mills celebrity move.
Oh,
Have
oh,
you seen that
because
workout?
I have, I have. She didn't do hardly any of it, but you know.
Fucking
You
call me
know
out, man.
what? You know what? I should not be invited to podcasts because I'm too honest about
No, it's
it.
good, man. It takes the heat off me.
No, but I'm saying like, why would you invite her? She's got nothing to do with fitness. I actually want to see like I don't know. The reason why I said Ennis is because she does heptathlon, so she does multiple events. Yeah, so she would be good at grit. If you told her to do a burpee, she'd be like, "What? How many do you want? 100?" And you'd be like, no, just one, fine. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Or if you got what's his name, Mark Foster, because he was British backstroke champion. He had the record.
Ah.
Like I'm sure Mark Foster could do, for example, I don't know, he could do most of them because of how swimming is.
Yeah, yeah.
But and all you need to do is pay an appearance fee. The appearance fee is going to be like 10 grand, but you can't even fork out 10 grand. But guess what? We can fork out 10 grand for the rooftop. We
You're
can
really,
focus.
really upset about this rooftop, aren't you?
I can't get over it. I just can't. I can't get over it. Like I can't.
The
Can't.
thing I find so funny about that rooftop, and that was that the rooftop one, 'cause that was an attack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like that wasn't even that was pre-lockdown. They just did that because they just did a really awkward masterclass where you could hear every foot clomp. There's no audience. Body attack with no audience. They chose to do that.
Yeah.
Why? Crazy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a theory that they kind of they were testing the water for moving into just doing masterclasses without an audience. You know, it's like, well, we don't have to worry so much about people in the audience looking a bit crap, and we don't have to worry about lighting as much. It's easy to maneuver around it. You know, it's a cost effective. It's better for doing for streaming. I think it was around the time when the app was really starting to like trying to launch. So I got a feeling that it all rolled into that. Like that was the plan.
Yeah. And for me, I'm like, I don't mind being honest about it. We have continually, yeah, and Danny, I know you can't speak on this topic, but it's fine. Like, I'm happy to keep talking. We have continually spent £35 on buying releases through lockdowns, through pandemics where we can't teach, and we've kept paying the money. So, for everyone in the Les Mills head office, can you please watch this and answer this question? I don't understand why you can't do anything for us. And when I say for us, what I mean is you have a program called Body Jam. Yeah. The guy at the front of diversity, yeah, does TV shows. Are you telling me he wouldn't take an appearance fee and dance with Gandalf? Okay. Are you telling me also that retired swimmers like Adam Peaty, who's just going to go to retire in a minute, yeah, who don't strictly come dancing, by the way, just for the record, yeah,
Mm.
will not take an appearance fee just to do body pump with Glenn because he's strong.
Mm.
Like to be a swimmer like him, he's strong. Yeah. Are you telling me you can't? I don't know. And you'll put it like this one, Danny. You telling me you can't pay Daley Thompson?
Tom Daly.
You, no, Daley Thompson, as in the older the old decathlon champion,
Right.
um, quite big hair, um, quite charismatic. Because he's not doing anything. He must be. If I type in Daley Thompson, that you probably if you're near your phone, just type in Daley Thompson. I just want to see how old he is. Actually, I can even use you a better example. Linford Christie. Are you telling me Linford Christie would not take an appearance fee and just do, I don't know, body pump? Is that what you're telling me? Because these are the top technicians in the country.
Mm.
And you're telling me they don't take appearance fees? That's what you're telling me. Even though I saw Adam Peaty on Strictly Come Dancing, doing all the Roomba and everything. Like I
Yeah.
saw him. Yeah. But Les Mills, it's almost like they're saying to us, we need to maintain our profit margin. So let's do a video on a mountaintop doing tricep dips. Yeah. To Little Mix. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go back in your body pump releases to 110,
110.
where they do tricep dips on a mountain. Yeah.
Mm.
Saying woman like me doing dips. When am I ever going to be on a mountain? And when am I ever going to be doing tricep? Guess what? Danny, I just got to the top of this mountain. Let me just do some tricep dips for my
Oh
video.
yeah. Got to get a quick pump while you're up there, mate.
I've never seen
The one
someone
where
really
it's. I liked it when it was like I think it was Marlon just like facing out, just curling.
do you actually remember that one?
Yeah, of course I do.
He was just standing there, 1 foot in front,
Oh,
curling.
dude, I need to show you. I made I suppose you call it a piss take spoof of that release. I made a short segment of it because when we first got it before it was released, me and my now wife we went on holiday to Cornwall, and we I reenacted a small segment of one of the combat tracks.
Oh wow.
We did like long range, just pan in, just me like jab crossing on the edge of a cliff.
You should have submitted it. How old were you when you done that?
Oh, dude, well it was
Were you
I
in your
was
mid-20s?
I'm 29 now. What was that? 28, 27 maybe.
Okay, you would probably get the video because it's in
See,
18 to 34.
I got one regret is that I did meet Rachel Newsom and I didn't show her that clip, but
You know.
I do think that because Les Mills, the full official Les Mills page liked it, and
Oh wow.
I think a few people, a few of the bigwigs actually did see it.
We need it. We need it.
I'm
We
gonna
need
try
it.
and I'm gonna find it and like tag you so you can have a look.
I need it in my life.
God damn! I mean, we're going back. Oh god. Um, videos. There
But
we go.
I remember when that release came out, and to be fair, I'm still saying the same thing. Pay a guest appearance fee that I would be interested in seeing during that release,
Mm.
yeah, rather than going to a mountain, which I'm never going to go to, yeah, to do bicep curls on a river. Like, I was like, when am I ever going to do bicep curls on a river?
Mm.
I know you think it looks cool, but it doesn't because I'm never going to go out onto a river and do bicep curls.
Well, I did.
But
Well, I
but
didn't
I
want
tell you
to.
what does. I tell yeah, you know what I mean. I can't. Don't start me off. Oh, come on, I can't. You
Oh, here we
really
go.
can't.
Here we go. I found it. I found it. Let me tag you in it. Martin Scott. There we go. Do you know what? If I well, oh no, I was gonna say I could. Well, we could put it up and watch it without the audio on here, but there would be no point because it's.
No. You get striked. You get striked.
But well, without the audio, it's just me doing jab crosses.
Yeah, that's true. But look, let's put it this way. We've said a lot about Les Mills. I'll find a way to strike you.
Let me just
Ricky Long might find a way to strike you because you're providing competition to his podcast
Oof.
that nobody watches.
I wouldn't. I don't know what his how many views he gets.
Well, if he
Um,
Ricky, don't get on my case. Yeah, I'm just talking the truth. If you actually talked about the issues that people actually want the answers to, yeah,
mm,
like like one of the issues that we want the answer to is instructor licenses, and please stop dodging the question. Yeah, because the amount of people who dodge the question about instructor licenses is crazy.
mm,
They always go, they always go like this. We've looked into it, but it takes a while because our infrastructure is geared towards gyms. So because it's geared towards gyms, it's going to take us a while to undo that, and then also think about instructor licenses. Or we can make a campaign where every single instructor doesn't buy a license ever again, and then suddenly you'll start talking about instructor licenses.
mm. Yeah, yeah. One of the most powerful things you can do, particularly to a big corporation or company, is to just vote with your wallet.
Exactly. But as long as people keep buying the releases, even though the music's not very good and the moves aren't very good, and by the way, some people think we're talking about rubbish. But the front squats, right? Yeah, you balance it on your collarbone.
Mm.
What I'm talking about. So when I keep talking about rubbish, go from closed mouth breathing to open mouth breathing.
What?
So in RPM, they say go from closed mouth breathing,
Right.
yeah, to open mouth breathing. And then I went on the webinar, and then the person doubled down and said, when Glenn said closed mouth breathing to open mouth breathing, please tell them that this is the way of breathing and taking in the air in a different way. And I was like, you really got to double down on that ridiculous comment? I was like, don't double down on it. And she doubled down, and it's in the notes. So every time I teach RPM, you'll be pleased to know, Danny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, we're going to go from closed mouth breathing to open mouth breathing. If you're unsure how to do that, I'm happy to give you a demo. Everyone just watch me, please.
Do you actually just?
And everyone starts laughing, but do not get at me, Les Mills, because it's your fault. Because that didn't mean anything.
Yeah, I've had a few occasions, not that bad, but I've had a few occasions like that. Like there's one of the, I think it's 112 pump warm ups where it's like easy dead row, slightly better dead row. It's like, alright then. You do 4 quote unquote easy dead rows, and then right, same again then, just a bit bigger.
Yeah, it is actually ridiculous, but they need to answer the question. The first question is instructor licenses. Please don't give me the answer I just told you. Yeah, give me the answer of we can't do it. Yeah, or we're trying. Because if you actually came out and said we can't do it, people would have respect for you because it's true.
Mm.
Yeah, if you point blank said can't do it, I'm sorry, can't do it. Yeah, people will be like, okay, respect that. Okay, you're telling the truth. Thank you, I appreciate it. But telling us to go around the bases, giving us hope, is not the way forward. And also, at the same time, if you're going to put something in your choreography notes, there's a thing on your computer called a dictionary that you can press.
Autocorrect, isn't it?
And then you can spell check. Oh, by the way, and if your computer is that old, for the Les Mills person who's checking everything, if you go to Microsoft Word, on Microsoft Word 98, they used to have some kind of clippy guy. So if you click
Paperclip.
him, the paperclip guy, if you click him, yeah, he'll tell you that you spelt that word wrong.
Apparently they were
So
bringing back the paperclip.
yeah, I want that back. So you shouldn't have spelling mistakes in your thing. And also, yeah, if you want me to go down for 4 and up for 4, please don't put 3-1 and just expect me to watch the masterclass. And then when I come on the webinar, you say to me this: just follow the masterclass. The masterclass is correct.
Do you know what?
Follow
I've
that.
never. This is just me. I've always said, when in doubt, get the notes out. That's always been my. Because I had this when I did my body attack training. I trained on 103. Is that right? Yeah, I trained on body attack 103, I believe. The agility track, which was the bounce, move it to the left, bounce, move it to the right. That one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. The masterclass is incorrect. She does too many of one of them and not enough of the other, and it was a bit of like a debate. And obviously at the time I was kind of like peak Les Mills in it. I was like, fucking just recently sort of became a tribe coach, and was well into it, very very meticulous, and I kind of, I don't know what the correct word is. I kind of like in that moment knew a little bit more than the person taking the whole weekend sort of thing in that moment,
Yeah.
just because I had just because I was probably the only person in the room actually that had coordinated the notes to that track to check, because I was like,
Yes.
that's not right. It's not correct. Something's wrong here. Yeah. So I mean, it's just an example. So my go to has always been, when in doubt, you get the notes out. Because also, what's I know the notes are wrong on occasion, but what's more likely to be done wrong, right? The person sat there at a computer typing where you can at any time press the backspace and correct your mistake, or the person who's live when the music's going blurting out their instruction. The one that's most likely to be wrong is the masterclass.
And you
When
know
you follow that
what?
logic.
And Danny, you're absolutely right. So I'm gonna challenge you on that sentence that you just said there, right?
Mm.
So if the person who can press the backspace, yeah,
Mm.
gets it wrong, you're fired. Like because why do you get it wrong? If you can press backspace, yeah,
Mm.
and delete it, like why are you getting that wrong? And don't please don't say human error because I actually said I actually while Daniel was talking I done 35, which is how much a release costs, yeah, times 12,000 instructors,
Mm.
yeah, that's just one program, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that came to you £420,000.
420 grand, is it?
You telling me you can't get something wrong for 420 grand? Just press backspace.
Do you know what?
Just
I don't. Sorry to jump in. I don't know if it's because I'm seeing it, but I'm convinced that there are more mistakes now than there used to be.
yeah, and we all, to be fair, like I don't mind talking about it because it's natural. Due to the pandemic, they had to let people go, but because Les Mills is running a dictatorship. So, by the way, Danny, I hope you called this video Les Mills 2, the continuation of what we done last.
I think I'm
Yeah.
just gonna. In fact, do you know what? I was gonna. How are we doing for time here? Do you know what? We're gonna wrap it up fairly soon, so we'll get sort of towards the end of this point, and then I was gonna actually ask you your opinion on a name. But yeah, carry on, carry on.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I was like, let's put it this way: you have to let people go because it's the pandemic. We understand, yeah. But the only people who act this way are people in a dictatorship where they literally go, "We've had to let people go, but you're not allowed to say anything." Yeah,
Mm.
you're not allowed to say a word. When we let you go, you have to sign this disclaimer where you're not allowed to say anything for 6 months. Yeah.
Mm.
So then they let people go, and then you start seeing the choreography notes being wrong. Yeah. So then you question it, but nobody from head office says a word, and you're like, who was it? If Claire Place was the person who was double checking the choreography notes before they went out in the UK, we need to know that because when she leaves, we understand why the choreography notes are not correct anymore.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if anyone's credited in the notes as the proofreader.
It's foolishness. They almost wanted to go, hey, you know what? You know what, everyone? We can just put out anything and you would buy it. You would buy it.
Yeah, but do you know
Very
why? It's
well.
because you have to. You don't have a choice.
Well, yeah, I saw that post where they said like if you miss four, you have to send a video,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if you miss eight, you have to retrain. And
Well,
I
it's
was just
you
like,
know, it's like oh, if you don't buy this product, then you can't keep teaching. But all right, but you're not, you know, you know, like the quality of the quality of the notes. They could make it as crap as they wanted. They could send you a picture of it written on toilet paper, right? Because they know that the gym isn't going to drop pump based on the fact that the release notes aren't very good quality. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
So they can
And
just
just
make it as crap as they like. I'm not saying they will or are intentionally, but it's just yeah, there's no holding to
and I,
account.
yeah, and it doesn't happen in any other industry. And you know why it doesn't happen in any other industry? Because they literally have auditors, yeah, who say you can't do that. So if you were to buy an iPhone, yeah,
Mm.
do you honestly think they're going to look at you and go, listen, if you don't buy an iPhone in the next 8 releases, yeah, we have the power to walk into your house and take your iPhone off you.
Mm.
What? 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 Like, that doesn't exist. So why in this industry are they saying to us that you have to buy at least eight or we tell you to retrain? And just for the record, Danny, if you were to go back and retrain, how much do you think it will cost you? Because I think you paid 180. Is that right?
Um,
Round about that figure. You definitely didn't pay the 495
well,
that they charge you.
let me try and think. My first two programs were a bundle. So what I did, I bought a level 2 gym,
Yeah,
pump,
that's what
and
I done
combat
too.
with lifetime, and that was I think about £900.
Wow, we done the same thing.
Yeah, no, nice. And then that was a good deal. I don't think they do that anymore. And
No, they don't. Lifetime don't exist no more.
yeah, oh, lifetime don't exist, but yeah. And then my attack, I got it, I believe, Black Friday half price.
Yeah. So at the moment, somebody told me that it will cost them £495, and if they add the advanced training, which is pointless, will cost them £525.
But yeah,
So I went, okay,
I thought initial module and aim one was like just over £400. They're going up.
yeah, it's gone up
Jesus,
dramatically.
that's crazy.
So what I'm trying to say to you is that's why I gave you the iPhone example. So if you told somebody if you don't buy an iPhone in eight, so but say if you bought iPhone 3,
Mm,
right? And they say if you don't buy the iPhone 11, yeah,
mm,
we're going to take your iPhone off you. So you feel under pressure. So you go out and buy the iPhone 11, but you don't realize that iPhones now cost 900 to £1,000 rather than when you bought the iPhone 3, which was like £300. And this is the equivalent of what Les Mills are doing to people. And I'm like, do you not have auditors? Do you not have anyone who puts you in line and goes, wait, if they've paid £35, that means they own it. It means that you can't take it off them.
yeah,
What you're doing is illegal. Like you can't do that. Like they should still be qualified in that. And if you want them to be more up to date, they can opt into that, but it doesn't mean that you take it off them.
yeah.
You know, make sense? Oh, by the way, Danny, just before we wrap up, because I know you said you wanted to wrap up,
Yep.
I'll let you talk now because it is your channel. One of my good friends is just recently, the reason why we haven't done this podcast for a long time, he just recently got married. Congratulations,
Oh,
Danny.
yeah, me. Yeah, me. I was like, oh yeah, cool. He's gonna shout
How
out
did
a
you
friend
get?
of his.
Your wife would not like that comment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So let me think. Since the last podcast we did, excuse me, just have a yawn. Here we go. Yeah, since the last podcast we did, I got married. Got a little ring there. Me and my wife, we moved into our first home. That happened literally the day after we got back from honeymoon. We moved into our first home. That was on a Sunday, and then on the Monday, I started my apprenticeship as an electrician. So it's all happening. It's all happening.
Does that mean
At this
you're
point, it's all happened. I was just saying.
um congratulations on the marriage.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on the new house. Most people don't realize how hard it is to move into a new house in the pandemic. It's hard.
Mm.
Yeah, especially solicitors and yeah, nobody wants to do anything.
Oh mate, they
You have to chase
suck.
them
The
up.
solicitors suck. Yeah, they're so slow.
But no, congratulations. Um, in terms of the instructing front, does that mean the amount of classes that you're teaching has gone down?
Yeah, I teach about 10, somewhere between 10 or 12.
And how's your health compared to since you made that first video?
Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, yeah, a lot better now. Um, I mean, I'll be honest. It's still, it's still hard. Like life's hard, mate. You know,
Yeah,
life's hard. Juggling two jobs and back in education. You know, I've got to do my own sort of washing and dishes and that now. I'll be fair. The wife does most of it, but I try and help where I can. And you know, life's hard, but it is what it is. It's the grind, isn't it?
exactly,
Just trying to
exactly. So
enjoy the
Danny,
grind.
Are we going to do this regularly? Talk to me.
Yeah, I would love to. Do you know what? I'm gonna be realistic and say that it'd be great to do one a month.
Do that.
Cool. I'm good with that. Now, I had an idea. Well, an idea was thrown at me, sort of not literally thrown at me, but I heard this on another podcast I was watching, where someone said that basically a really good goal in life is to be undeniable. And if I quickly look up undeniable,
Oh, you're going to make a series of. Oh, mate, you need it. We need it.
here we go. So the word undeniable, unable to be denied or disputed. Just be undeniable. So tell me what you think. I just think we should just call it the Undeniable Podcast.
You know what? Go for it. Go for it. I liked it. I liked it when you said it.
Perfect. So did I. When I heard it, I
And
was
then, and then
like,
you said that
I like that.
And then you said that Jerry Maguire line. You had me at the UN. I mean, like,
Cool. Just call it the
yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
Nice. Well, mine. It's been great to catch up with you again, mate.
Oh,
I've
it's
got
a
to go.
pleasure.
Do you know, my throat's getting croaky. I'm not used to talking for this long.
Don't even lie. Hey, if you're a veteran, you talk without a microphone.
Yeah, no, I've got a proper microphone now with a little spit guard and all that. I've got a proper setup and everything. Yeah, yeah. But
But
hopefully
no,
next time I'll have it set
congratulations
up so you
again.
can see me as well. Because
That's fine. No, I don't mind.
all
But yeah,
right.
no, congratulations again. Because hey, look, marriage is a big thing.
Yeah, learning that every day. Marriage is a big thing. Anyway, my
Exactly.
brother.
But no, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, man. I will speak to you soon. And thanks everyone for watching. We're going to end it right there.